Hello guys. Um, Today I'm gonna try something different. I have my Akko. It's one of the brands I went to while I was in Saudi when I first came. Art of Chilling Out, nice brand. But today what I'm gonna do is I'm going to write. I don't like a New Year's resolution or stuff like that. But I'm gonna give my excuse. I'm giving myself an excuse to write one, and I want to do it with you guys. I It's good to set goals, good to set plans, and then within those goals, break them down and all that kind of stuff. But I really want to set just like intentions. What do I intend for my year to look like? So I'm gonna do goals, and those goals gonna have intentions. So let's get to writing, right? So, and I'll give you guys a second to, as I write this, to get yourself a book or whatever it is that you to do the same thing with me. Ready? All right. Okay. So you got 2020, 2026 goals and intentions. So first one, I always have to put this first, and then I usually end up writing it as one of the last, and then scribbling the top one and switching them and whatnot. So I'm gonna start this one. My intentions for next year is to one, live my life as Allah intended it. So do that one. There we go. It's number one. Right. That's number one. Right. So the reason why I put this is because I think the more and more I pray on time, I make my adhkar, I do my dua, which is basically just praying and living through, not living through Allah, but like more so, because I don't think that's possible, but living as He created me, um, and to remember Him in every situation. I mean, that is my phone's home screen to, in every scenario, in every situation, remember Allah. And even though it's on my phone, I kind of forget that sometimes. So trying to prioritize that I think would be good. And I already know personally what those goals look like, and then taking each one, and I think each chunk is gonna like do 1% of each thing every day, and then once I get good at that, is do the next thing, and then the next thing, the next thing, and then I'll kind of write them down on the page right next to it, right? So short spiritual goal, right? Number two, I want to focus on mental health, right? It sounds so freaking corny, which it is, but what I mean by that is mental resilience, right? To do things no matter how I feel, to not let what people say affect me, to take things with a grain of salt, um, to just become stronger willed in my mind, right? So we'll do mental resilience. Mental resilience slash um, mental resilience slash filling my cup. I like that. What I mean by that is, when I say mental resilience and filling my cup, I think everyone's life is different. Everyone's gonna live their life differently. That's completely normal. I'm looking at it as more so as I'm looking at it more so as trying to not let the outside world affect me in whatever I do. And when I don't have the resources, find the resources. When I don't have the time, find the time. And when I tell myself tomorrow, do it today, when the things I need to get done, to get them done, right? That's that resilience part. But also by filling my cup is like not letting when someone calls me a certain name or boxes me in something, not let that affect me because it necessarily shouldn't, right? Someone calls me dumb, it shouldn't affect me because I know myself. I'm not dumb. Even if I'm a slow learner or a fast learner or whatever, if someone calls me slow, who cares what they think? Doesn't matter. Yes, I'm slow. And Alex Hormozi, just as a side note, said like if the intelligence is how fast you learn something, right? And there's two different ways I like to look at it from what he talks about. Is one is, let's say we're doing something right now, we're learning, and it takes you 2 tries and it takes me 4, right? And we do it at the same time. You are more intelligent than me because you learned the first try. After on the second try versus me on the fourth, right? But here's another example. If it takes you 2 tries and it still takes me 4 tries, but I get it done in a day, and yours is in a span, let's say, of a week, because you do it one time here and then another time there, I have a faster rate of learning, right? So it makes me more intelligent. So that kind of aspect of getting through the mud, getting through the hassle, like consistently, and just growing and learning. And he legit posted something on Instagram, and I saved it. And my goal for this video is I'll plop up all the stuff I have. That's why I kind of left the space here for whatever I want to talk about. Is that he's been teaching the same thing over and over and over and over again. And a lot of people say, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and just pivoting a little bit and nothing's changing, then then it's not going anywhere, which is true. Or maybe you haven't done it enough times for it to resonate with people, for it to stick. So that kind of idea, I think, is also mental resilience comes in, is just doing the same thing over and over and over with no major change except for less than 1%, if not 1%, right? So there's that. Now for number 3. For this one, I want to get into my physical health, right? So we're going to say my goal. I think it might need to be bigger because apparently I don't know what I truly weigh. I feel like on this scale that I have, it says I'm 164, 165. But I think I really 150 maybe. But the goal is to be 180 to 200 pounds, right? And 10% body fat, right? 10% body fat. Now, why? And then I also add eating to my healthy cravings. Why I say healthy cravings? Because I feel like if you're insanely overweight or you're insanely skinny, I've I haven't been overweight, but I felt like I I think I have body dysmorphia where I feel fat, and I'm not really fat in hindsight. Like really and truly, I just have a little bit extra fat on my belly, let's say, or something like that. But really and truly, I'm not obese or anywhere close to it in all hindsight. But I know what it is like to be very, very skinny and to put on weight, which I have. But I still a lot more for me to go. And I want to get to a point where I'm lean enough and healthy enough where I can go eat whatever burger I want whenever I want and eat whatever cake I want. Like, not feel restricted, you know? But I feel like being in the gym, eating the right foods for now will take me there. And then once my body can, let's say, run on whatever it needs to run on, I should be good. So for me, this is kind of like my goal for health wise, and this is pretty simple standard just to get there. And I would say if I'm 150, which I doubt. I think I'm more of 164 as it says, but I really don't know at this point. But if I am whatever it is, I have 365 days to get to that. Um, and I think even, let's say if I get to that in like 6, 7 months, I'll probably want to change. Probably want to get a little bit bigger. So we'll see what time goes on, what time says as it goes on. But for now, this is a goal that I have. We'll keep that to a minimum. Okay. Now I'm trying to think. Number 4. This one is going to be tricky because I want to understand more for myself of what I really want. I'm thinking when it comes to my clothing brand and the things that I want to do, I always get to a place where I look at it more so of I'm in a certain spot. I am very my ADHD, like people will say like, oh my god, here this guy goes or whatever it may be, but I look at it as more of like it really helps me, to be honest, like because having ADHD, I can sit for hours doing one thing at a time. But then also the downside is that after that, it's called like I think my a doctor told me one time that it was like hyper focus or something like that through ADHD or ADHD hyper focus or something along those lines. But anyways, that helps me focus. But at times also, when I'm out of that focus, like let's say I did what I need to do, then like for a couple of days or whatever it is, I'm like not doing anything, and then that can build us like a habit of just not doing anything for a lot longer. So I guess I think my thing is under the light of consistency, but to do the work that matters, and to do it like at least let's say if something happens, I need to do everything one day, sure, but to every day to do something, just something small to get to be like 1% better. That idea, right? I guess that falls into mental resilience of doing it, but the plan is to be consistent for my brand and my hotel business, right? Because they're both separate. So if right now I am only able to do, let's say, for example, let's make numbers simple and easy, an hour of work every day, right? For like a month or so. And then I'm just gonna focus that hour on my brand and do whatever the hell I want later on. And any extra hours is extra work. I should stick to an hour. And nothing less. It can be more, it's fine. But if I go end up doing way more, I have to stick to. Then I have to maybe cut down because I think my goal is to build that consistency really, but slowly increase it. And then when that increases, let's say to 2 hours, I can do 2 hours of work. Maybe now I'll just stick to that hour, and just because I've become so good at it, just finish it faster and do something else in that hour. And that extra hour that I have, I will bring the hotel business, because that one is don't barely any capital needed. The other one is a lot of capital needed. So from zero from zero capital to like a lot, I have room to work with. And they're both, one of them is insanely easy. It's just mainly getting deals, and the rest is pretty simple from there. But from the looks of it, when it comes to the clothing, that's where a lot more effort comes in. So let's say if I get to a point of like 5 hour work, like I can just work for 5 hours, maybe 4 or 3.5 or 3 hours of clothing brand work, and then another 2 on the hotel. So I think my plan is consistent hours of work. Or actually, let's make it specific. Let's say 5 hour work days, right? That would be the goal. And then in brackets, I'll put start small. There we go. I think I want to make my plan very simple, right? Or my intentions, right? I think 4 should be enough, and that's going to be good. Now I'm going to set an intention. Now I'm going to set a goal for the money I want to make, right? Or the small achievements, whatever it is, right? So for here, I'm going to write specific goals. Right? I think when it comes to my brand, or when it comes to like eating and working out, for me personally, it's pretty self-explanatory. I've done it before. I've put on muscle. I've burned fat. I'm pretty sure I know how it goes. So I'm not gonna worry about that. When it comes to live my life as Allah intended, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go number 1. We're gonna put point 1. We're gonna go pray on time. On time, right? Sometimes, life happens, whatever it is, but main goal is to pray on time. 2 is to read Quran. Read Quran a day. Read Quran, and it doesn't matter. It can be 1 verse, it can be 100 verses. It doesn't matter. Just read, right? Then it will be memorize. I'll do memorize. I want to say a verse a week, but I don't want to put so much on myself, so I'll do 2 verses a week. I want to make it small. 2 verses. Right? 2 verses a week. And so what, 52 weeks in a year? Or is it, 54? I don't know, 52 I was saying. So it'd be what, 104? That's a lot, right? So I'll do that. And then I will do once a month, memorize a dua. Memorize 1 dua. Perfect. I don't mind that, right? Mental resilience. Fill up my cup, right? So we'll go 2.2. 2.2, right? We'll do good mental resilience. Keeping my word to myself, right? Not breaking promises. Right? This to myself as well. Keeping to myself, not breaking promises. We'll also do, let's see, what can we also add? That's mental resilience, right? Not letting outside noise clutter me. Clutter / ruin me. I like that. We'll do one more. We'll keep it in 4s. So keeping to myself, not breaking promises, not letting the outside noise clutter / ruin me, and knowing what I like and knowing what I don't like. That's going to be very key. Knowing what I do and don't You know, screw it. There's one more in mind. For me, I think it would be live mine and not theirs. Or you know what? I'll keep that to the title of the video. Live mine, not theirs. Okay? I think I said the workout's gonna be pretty self-explanatory, so skip that one and we'll go 4.1. And we'll say start with small increments. Right? So it's about consistency, 5-hour work days. Start with small increments. Push myself. Focus on one task only, and then it's small / problems only until it's done. Then move to the next. And for one more, don't let anything break my focus. Wonderful. I like it. I really like it. I think this is specific, very specific to me, very direct to me, and very open to me. Yeah, I know I said this as my right money goals, so I think under number 4, my goal will to by the end of the year if I can let's say in a year get 5 clients, I'd want to say maybe 100K. So we'll do sub, and that'll be 100K for the year profit, 100K profit from hotel, and I'll put that in brackets. And then let's say, I don't know, I think sorry. For the clothing brand, it's really hard to say. I'll put a small number. It's not really going to be that crazy big, but we'll put 50K profit. 50K profit. Could be a lot more, could be a lot less. Or no, I'm not going to say less. Could be a lot more, but this is what I think is realistic. Right? Because stuff I need to put back into the brand. So that's it, guys. I have bad handwriting, but this is it right here. Yeah, let me see if you guys can get a better view on it. There we go. That's really all to it. And it's going to be a reminder for me, you know, to keep pushing. I'm going to try to journal more. Maybe just write simple thoughts that I have. But hopefully you guys like this video. Hopefully this made me hope you guys think about what you want to do. And write in the comments if you want to. Tell me what your top 4 was. You don't got to give me the details. And if you want to give me details, I'll be reading them. But write 4 things. 4 things you really like. 4 things that you really cherish, or things that you want to get to, and, you know, just straight to it. I'm gonna start posting my videos on Instagram and TikTok. I think I wanted to be excluded. I didn't want everyone to know, but since it's gonna be more about my life and building that brand, that personal brand and the identity that comes with it, and on top of it, the goals that need to come from it. Um, I also think, what am I even saying? Let me not try to sound so philosophical. Let me grab a tissue. Hold on. Excuse me. And I also want to let you guys know where I'm at in Saudi. It is already January 1st. So this video might come out a little late. But for the most part, you need to build brand identity, right? Because I think, or the personal brand identity, I think I'm going to have the brand identity for the brand, but it also has to reflect on me, right? On what I show and what I put out. So I think I will be posting a little bit more. I don't know about Reels and TikToks and the day in the life that people generally put, because it's no shade to them and the videos do well, but the day in the life videos that do really well are like those ecom bros, or the Bitcoin guys, like those Dutch guys who always be selling, I don't know, or may call them whatever it is, and that's fine to them. But videos are always tend to be the exact same. I want it to be real, raw, authentic, creative content, and then also to show you the hard work that I put into my life, the fun that I have with my friends, the things that I do, and then slowly just build real content and show you how much the brand means to me, show you how much my friends mean to me, my family, and just life in general. So hopefully you guys can get this out of this video, and I think this might be the last fully straight just sit down video. I need to put myself out there more, so I'm gonna do that more. I gotta go through my camera roll, I guess, this week and just delete a whole lot of stuff I really don't need, and then make some space for videos and delete all the old videos that I made and was supposed to edit, and start fresh. I've been thinking about restarting the whole YouTube journey and taking down all the videos. Maybe not deleting them, but just taking them down and starting from now. But I want people to see how many times I've restarted, or how many times I've said I was gonna do something and maybe didn't do it. And I had this channel for about a year or so now, and I haven't reached a lot of the stuff that I said I was going to do because of so much change and so much stuff in my life. But I think this year is gonna be a really pivotal year for me. It's gonna be a hard year. It's gonna not be easy at all, but I'm ready for it. And for full transparency, I missed a couple prayers, so I need to pray that. And then I'm gonna stay up. It's like 3 a.m. almost. I'm gonna stay up, get some work done on my computer. I'm just not gonna go to bed. I kind of took a nap from like 7 p.m. to like 10ish, and I just feel generally awake. If I start to feel sleepy, I'll just take some coffee. Oh my God, coffee's been one of my best friends recently, so I'm gonna have that, and then just get to it. Restart the year with something good. Set the intentions. Not cluttering my mind. So taking care of myself, my space, not creating headache, removing headache. Just being very, very logically emotional and emotionally emotionally logical, logically emotional, emotionally logical, I guess you could say. I feel like those are two separate things. That's for another time. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being on this journey with me on YouTube and on just seeing what the hell I'm doing. I'm gonna try to really. I will do something different this time. I think with so much ups and downs that have been coming in my life, to just release a lot on my shoulders and put different weight on my shoulders to carry, and not carry this rusty weight, carry some new weight, because a lot of it needs to just be dropped, and either pick up some new weight and push myself or just stay stagnant with the same old weight, and I don't like being stagnant, so I'll pick some new weight up. But anyways, appreciate you guys, and Happy New Year. Assalamu alaikum.